Welcome to this glorious Backyardia holiday special. We have a wonderful story to tell you. Two of them, actually, in two parts. There's one in the joy of carving and another in the epic story of William Tell. So cozy up, get yourself a beverage you like, and enjoy the episode. Hello there, and welcome to this episode of The Joy of Carving. If this is your first time here, I'd like to invite you to get your own pumpkin so you can carve along with us. If you don't know what equipment to use, don't worry. We'll be flashing all the tools that you'll need on screen now so you can carve along with us. Today we're going to bestow on our subject a little light work. We're going to bring in the 2-inch brush a little bit later, but for now, let's warm up our classic pumpkin cutter and let's get started, shall we? I'm just going to start out with a little fine detail here. It's about enough of the fine detail work here. While my editor is busy cutting out the section where I scramble behind the target to go and pick up our target, I'd like to remind you that more important than keeping the ever-present pumpkin menace at bay is to teach new and younger generations to fight pumpkin evil as well.
All right, second annual Joy of Pumpkin Carving Carvathon. Junior, that's not a cat trying to steal the video. That's a dog. What's a not cat doing in the Joy of Carving Junior Carve Along? Go.
And there you have it, a beautiful 3-point carving in a matter of seconds. Don't worry, anyone can do this, provided you have a shotgun. But today is a twin holiday special, so stick around. Not only are we celebrating the joy of carving, but we have the exciting story of William Tell. Today, we're going to be telling the story of the Firebert, the improvised synthetic shield material that never got tested, and the pumpkin. The story of the misplaced crossbow armor is a story as old as ordering online itself. The story of a man who ordered multiple synthetic materials to be used for crossbow armor testing, and then left out the label and forgot what material it was, making whatever the test was going to be utterly null and void. Until one day he had the brilliant idea to use it as a pumpkin backdrop holding a Firebert, hopefully for some half-decent results. This is how that story ends. It's a beautiful story. History tells of the legendary crossbowman William Tell, who is commanded by the very kindly king to rescue a very innocent apple from the cruel, evil clutches of the evil pumpkin. King said that if he rescued the apple from the pumpkin, he would keep the doctor away or something. I don't remember exactly, but nonetheless, it was a very legendary story, and we celebrate it every year by reenacting it now. We'll be using the Carbon Express Heritage as is tradition, and the legendary Flying Spatula of Doom. And so the legend goes that William Tell rescued the apple from the evil pumpkin It's like that.
Hello, my name is Dr. Mustachioed Opinionhaven van Klaufenstein. I am the real backyard historian, and I am here to tell you that this is not the real story of William Tell and the pumpkin. Instead, the telling you are currently hearing comes from an implicit unconscious bias on the part of the storyteller. What really happened is as follows.
Well, this is awkward. I'm being told that by the World Council for Truthing and Fact-Checking, or whatever it was, that it wasn't in fact an evil pumpkin. Is that even a real sentence? But anyway, that in fact the apple was shot off of the pumpkin head, which I presume makes William Tell the villain. So let us retell the story and celebrate it correctly by shooting the apple off of the pumpkin. Yeah. History is just broken. Fixing history in 3, 2, 1.
Our historian informed me that I missed the apple, and I told him he missed the point. He said that if I did not overcome my uncontrollable urge to shoot the pumpkin instead of the apple, that he was going to have to hire a different reenactor to tell the story.
Let's try this again. Blah, blah, blah. Shoot the apple this time because reasons, aim high or something. Yeah. Sleep tight, tater chip. Oh. Oh dear. Ooh. That'll buff out. Stupid apple. Archery is for pumpkins. It's not an episode of Backyardy without duct tape, now is it? Well, it appears we have been fact-checked again. I believe that facts at this point are merely a bunch of instruction manuals that have been thrown into a blender, and that blender gets thrown into a tumble dryer, and when the laundry is folded and put away, they call it the history books. Anyway, I think for this story, the only accuracy we need is the truth that comes out of the mouth of the cannon. So, correcting history in 3, 2, 1. Applesauce. That's what that is. That was the spent brass.
While scholars debate the true meaning of the William Tell story, and historians argue about the true orientation of all the pieces in the William Tell story, we can all agree that it touched our hearts. Hopefully, not too directly, that would be very deadly. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.
shoulder. I say differently.